Yeah. I'm going to record this just so you have it to refer back to. We could maybe go ahead and get this fixed also, even before you work on any of the Easy Zone stuff. Um, we have two circles sitting on top of one another. And the way this is supposed to work is, first of all, we have to be able to define the amount of offset, the amount of overlap. We can choose an inside or an outside overlap, but we have right now there's no way to define the amount of overlap. And I think for now, if we just right click where it says overlap objects, it would show us a form and allow us to enter a value. And this value that we enter would be in millimeters. Um, so the way this is supposed to work right now, if I mark this object, so this blue circle, the bigger blue circle, is what's supposed to be trimmed. But right now, when I select my smaller circle and click inside overlap and hit overlap, the only thing that happens is there's a 1 millimeter contour. It's broken apart. What's supposed to happen is that black circle that we just created, it's supposed to trim this larger circle. So, and then, or in this case, the marked object, and then that is supposed to be deleted. So you can see now we have a circle, and if we click on this, you see that blue circle is just slightly to the inside of the green one. So that's where we have the inside overlap. And so that's what's supposed to happen in that scenario. No. Um, um, the other thing too is when we click on overlap object like that, this should be cleared, that checkbox. Now, if we go back to outside overlap, I'm not even exactly sure what's happening here, but I'm going to just give it a different color here. When I choose outside overlap, I won't even mark anything. And that's the other point I guess we should make, as long as we're making points, is once we've marked something and we've clicked overlap, whatever we marked should be cleared from memory. And when we click on overlap, we have to make sure that we have at least one object that is marked. Because right now, either there's a marked object still in memory, or there's no validation. Because if I don't mark anything and just click on outside overlap, I think all that happens is the circle a circle gets bigger. You can see it created a bigger circle, but what's really kind of strange is the circle that was created, the amount it grew is a random amount. It's bigger than what inside overlap is. I don't know how much bigger that circle is. I guess I could find out. Um, it's actually, if you see that line I drew from the original circle to the outside of the bigger circle, um, that line height is 3.8 millimeters. So that's what I was saying. It's kind of a weird. Yeah. Okay. Same distance. See that distance right there? If I drew a line from here to here, um, it's 0.15, but if I switch over, if you look up here, see it says it's 3.8 millimeters. So whatever the case is, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. All it does is create a bigger circle, and it should trim whatever we have marked. But in this case, we didn't even mark anything. But even if we did, so in this case, let's just go ahead and mark this larger circle, and then when we hit overlap, um, well, it actually crashed CorelDRAW. In this instance, before I think all I did was make a bigger circle. I don't think it actually did any trimming of any kind. Well, I think part of the problem is there at least let me reload it here. I think part of the problem is we're not even marking it. So if nothing is marked, it don't know what to trim. So if we give those two colors again, I'll try it again here. So we'll mark the bigger circle. We'll do outside overlap. We'll hit overlap objects. And if I go to wireframe mode here, yeah, I'm not sure what's actually happening here. This circle, okay, so it offset the bigger amount, and it did trim. Once I marked it, it did actually trim. So if I select my small circle, or mark my big one, and then overlap, it did actually trim the bigger circle. So I guess outside is trimming, but not inside. Yeah, I remember that now. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I gotta find it here. Let me delete this one. Okay. No, it's not. It should, I guess we had it set up where if we didn't specify anything, it should be a millimeter. Um, if I double click on here, yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking for it here. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so we'll do there, and we'll do there. So inside overlap, first of all, we got to mark an object, and then we'll hit overlap objects. Okay. Okay. F8. So it's created the contour, and the amount of contour is correct. It is 1 millimeter. So it says if shape is a text shape, then it's going to do something. Oh, got it. Okay, so yeah, it skipped this whole block essentially. Oh, okay. Um, yep. Right. And also, not only should the mark shape be trimmed, but this shape then should be deleted. And there is no code for that part. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yep. Yep. And then, but, I don't think this is the right result because what's being deleted is Something isn't right. I don't know. See, you've got our original shape, and it grew by 1 millimeter. The original shape should trim the underlying marked shape. And what's actually happening is the green shape, the new shape that we're creating, is trimming. So right now, the blue shape is not trimmed. So if we select our circle and hit overlap, our original light blue circle grows by 1 millimeter, but then what is being trimmed, this blue circle has now been trimmed, but you can see the edge of that blue circle is the same edge as our green. No, actually there is an overlap there. Okay, our green circle is bigger. If I go to wireframe mode, we could see it. Okay, so maybe that is working right. I'll have to play with it a little bit and see, but yeah, it's definitely the 1 millimeter, which we definitely want that. So, but I'll have to play with that a little bit and see how that all works.